I am live. I am Stace Crossing. There is no E in my name. It feels so great to be here with you. And so I wanted to write a blog article about this topic, but I decided to make a video instead to share the 3 things that I learned after firing my boss, after taking the leap, after quitting my job. Damn, man, that was a big risk. Some wouldn't do it. Some can't do it, but I did it, and I got some lessons learned here. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Stacey A. Crossing. There's no E in my name. I wrote this great book here for those that believe in self-improvement and put self-improvement first, for those that want more clarity, straight up for those that want to change their life. I overcame a 9-year gambling addiction and created this company. I created the Comfort Killers as a way to hold my own self accountable. And by holding myself accountable through this business, I was like, oh shit, other people needs this information as well. I want to give a shout out to a few people that has recently just signed on to become a Comfort Killer and, really doing their thing. I want to give a shout out to Raven Hodge. Raven is a part of the whole Comfort Killing community. Steve Ocean is a part of the whole Comfort Killing community. Are you a Comfort Killer? I implore you to take that dive. I challenge you to take that dive and care about your mindset, care about what you're putting in, your output, care about your own personal growth and development, because nobody out there is going to care about it as much as you should and as much as you possibly can. Sometimes I believe we're living too much under our potential. We're just drifting away in the sea of life. We're drifting away. Wherever the wind goes, that's where we go. And we're my development, then what am I doing? What am I doing on planet Earth? What legacy am I going to leave? Build a solid foundation. Where do we build a solid foundation? The mindset, baby. So I wrote this book, The Comfort Killers, How to Change Your Life Using Tools You Already Have. I believe you already have everything that you need inside of you to go on this journey to success. The journey to success, man, is a lonely road. It is a lonely road. But you have to have that mindset, because you're going to see the challenges. You're going to get obstacles. You're going to get punched in the face. Your knees are going to get scraped. You're going to get bruised up. And if you don't got that bulletproof mindset, if you don't have a killer mindset, you're going to get eaten up, baby. It's like the jungle out here, okay? But if you do have that mindset, then you're able to navigate. You're able to make better decisions. You're able to work on areas that you need help and development in, or you delegate those areas. They didn't tell me about that, okay? So I wanted to come on here. Again, I was going to write a blog post about this subject, and I realized what better way to really say what I want to say than to give it to you right here, give it to you to raw and in the flesh. If you're trying to be a Comfort Killer, just head over to thecomfortkillers.com, thecomfortkillers.com for all my information. We have an online academy there. If you believe in personal development like I believe in personal development, just head over to thecomfortkillers.com. So what did I learn? Man, the first thing I learned was how crazy I relied on my 9 to 5. I'm not even talking about monetary right now. I'm talking about for providing structure. Okay, when you jump out of that, you have your whole calendar. I got my calendar right here, big boy calendar, but you know when you're going to work. You know when you have to get up, because someone put it on you and say, listen, you work from 7 to 3. So you get up at 6. And some people get up at 6:45 and they run into the J, but your life is kind of structured. So when you pull away from that, you're like, oh, snap. So if you don't have this discipline about you, you're going to fall right by the wayside real quick. So the first thing I realized was, oh, wow, my subconscious is a worker. Why? Because my family came to America, big boy USA, in the 80s, right? We all came, and we came with one mission. And the mission was to work to death. Work until death. Work until retired, then death. Okay? And get a piece of the American dream while you're at it. So what does that mean? That looks like a house, right? It looks like, hey, you're moving up in the middle class. You're moving out of the poverty mindset. You're moving a little bit up the middle class. And I said to myself, I don't want this. Because I don't know if you ever sat with someone that was retiring, okay? You sat with them and you went over the paperwork with them. And this is someone that you know and you love, and you've seen them work their entire life, take sacrifices, maybe even for you. I sat with my mother during her retirement paperwork process. I sat with my aunt during the retirement paperwork process, and I did not like the joint. I just was like, wait, so you're getting that for the amount of years you put in? No. Stacey A. Cross ain't gonna do that, okay? So my why was like, oh my God, I've seen the cycle of my family who all came for the American dream and for a better life, but are they really getting the better life? Okay, some people are going to be workers for life. And I was speaking to two people just a couple of days ago, and they said all they want to do is work. They just want the big company. They want a steady job. They want a paycheck. They want the cushy feeling. They want security. And I'm like, okay, I dived off the security bridge and I went head first with no hat on. But that's okay, because that's what I felt in my heart, in my gut. But now that I left, I was like, oh my God. The subconscious piece of it is you tie in who you are with what you do. And I just did a podcast with Okoswa, Dardane Edwards. It's on StaceyACross.com or thecomfortkillers.com. You could check it out. But I just did this podcast and she's talking about the same thing. And then I was like, you're absolutely right. Because as soon as people say, hey, who are you? Who are you? You start saying, well, this is what I do. And this is what you do correlates with your work. Okay, what you've been doing. Okay, you say, I supervise it. This is that. I'm a manager over here. How's that going? Okay, so when you leave a company, that has to get separated, because now you're no longer identifying yourself with this thing. Now, who are you for real? And you get down to that meat of what your purpose is. So my purpose was bigger than my employer could give me or could define for me, or the box that I was in. It was huge. It still is huge. So I took the dive. I remember before actually taking the dive, like 3 weeks before, I was listening to NPR. Damon John was on it. He had an interview on NPR. And he was saying the question, the interviewer said, hey, Damon, what do you say to people that wants to, take the dive off and leave their employer and go ahead and start their own shit, And Damon was like, don't leave your day job. And I was like, come on, Damon. And then I looked at it like, with me, I'm looking at it like, okay, I have to really step outside of my comfort zone. If you think that this is comfortable, it is not, okay? So you got to be relentless. If you're thinking about ever becoming a full-time entrepreneur, or someone that's really out here just, navigating their life and designing it to their standards, well, you really have to be real with yourself and say, are you ready? And do you have that big enough desire inside you? So that's the first thing, is that I realized how much we rely on our 9 to 5, or on the identification of it. The second thing I learned about leaving my 9 to 5, after leaving my 9 to 5, is that you had better be disciplined with your schedule, or else you will be drifting like everyone else. It's almost like you're a bum. Okay. See, I'm good with that, because, I have multiple things here reminding me, little nuggets, little tricks, right? Reminding me exactly what I have to do at any given point. Sundays is my personal development day, but I need to check emails. I only check emails like twice a week. So Sundays I do that too, in the AM. And so if you don't have a schedule and stick to that schedule, you will feel almost like inadequate. You will feel that you have not produced anything, that you're not doing anything. Because the one thing, the benefit of actually working, is that you get to leave that place or wherever you work and say, oh, this is exactly what I've done today. If you can't say that with your own life and entrepreneurship, or you're designing your life, some people are traveling in RVs or going across to Australia and hiking. What have you done today? Why are you here? What have you learned today? What are you doing to continue the growth and development? Okay, because you will fray away, you will dissolve, you will disintegrate with the wind. You will just go. And I didn't want to poof. So I learned that, hey, listen, you had better be tight. So the first thing I've done since leaving my 9 to 5 and really jumping full time in my own business and my own life, what I've done is I signed up to a lot of different things that I know, hey, I have to actually get out of my comfort zone for. So as you know, guys, I went to Chicago. I'm doing a couple things in August. So I signed up and kind of filled my calendar up. Grant Cardone said this one thing, and I believe it truly, and I really focus on this, is no white spaces in the calendar. No white spaces in the calendar. So you focus on, hey, what productive thing can I do throughout the day? And also I wrote this here. I don't know if you could see it. It says, where is the profit in this? Now I look at this damn sticky every day. So if I'm watching Tour de France, I like Tour de France, right? So I'm watching and I look at this sticky, it's like, where is the profit in this? There's no profit in that. Okay. So what are you going to do to make sure that your effort pulls out and has some rewards in back of it, whether it's development, you're doing something for your business, or you're putting something in your health account. Okay. I don't know if you can see, but there's a nice bike back there. I call it Betsy. Okay. That's my Betsy back there. Hey, I took on riding. So I bought the bike as soon as I left the 9 to 5 because I know I now have to put so much in my health account because I'm not running around for my boss or my 9 to 5 anymore. I got to put this in my health account for myself and my body and my energy and feeling great. So that's another thing that I learned is if you're not able to schedule and really stick to that schedule as far as being disciplined and being deliberate, then again, you will find yourself on the road to an employer. Now, knock on wood, I haven't had any feelings of, oh my God, I gotta get back. I did one time. I was thinking like on some, did I do the right thing? Because you're gonna think that when your subconscious is fully engaged already with the worker bee mentality. Okay, you're gonna have these things where it's like, oh my God, did I do But the thought. And this is what I'm proud of myself for. The thought slowly gets eaten up by the beast mode mindset that I have developed. And I teach about this mindset in my academy. If you're interested, I need you to go over to comfortkillers.com. In fact, I just did a 5-video series and I call it the Tune Your Life Up. Your life need a tune up. Your life need a tune up. So these 5 videos, which I give away, it's a little series that I did. It's on thecomfortkillers.com. Go ahead there and get that life tune up because, your mindset will slip. Okay. If you're not constantly developing and moving out of your comfort zone, you're going to get comfortable. Okay. And it's nobody else's fault but yours. But you have to be deliberate with the actions that you take, with your personal development plan. And if you're not, then I'm telling you, you're going to go backwards. And I'm not trying to go backwards, all forwards all day. Okay. And the third and last and final thing that I learned. Okay. The third thing, here's the lesson learned. Build skill. Okay. One skill, find one skill that's highly on demand. And in this skill, you can never go wrong. Whether there's a recession, whether there's oppression, doesn't matter. Whether there's inflation, whether the government's gone haywire, whether somebody else is, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't affect you. I'm going to tell you a couple of skills right now that it's actually critical to your survival and thrival. Let's call it thrival. The first skill is marketing. Second skill, selling. And those go hand in hand, as you know. So you have to build skills. So when you come out of there, it's like, a lot of cats, they jump on this thing and it's like rah, 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 like a dungeon dragon. They're Busta Rhymes and it's all about the motivation. And then when it gets down to it, it's like, can you build a business around a skill set? Okay. I'm just got so many texts right now. I just want to make sure it's all good. So it is all good. So that's what I'm saying. And those are the 3 things, a lesson learned from me quitting my 9 to 5, punching my boss in the face. I didn't actually do that. It was a nice kind of, you know, they got me a cake and all of that. So it was nice. It was a nice, you know, eventful departure, but we've been brainwashed a little bit. And I think I've been brainwashed a little bit because, and there's no fault of nobody, but, you know, getting out of there, and it's only been 3 months. So it's like, Stacey, come on, it's only 3 months. I know, but there's lessons learned because I'm just jumping into it. And one thing that I really is a big takeaway for me is that I have no regrets, and I'm living my life with no regrets. And that's just going to be bottom line. I'm not trying to be 95 years old, okay, on my bed, okay, doing it just, and then thinking back like I shoulda, woulda, coulda, and I didn't, or if this, then that. You don't want to have those type of thoughts when you're at that age. You want to look back and be proud of the legacy and of the contribution that you left in society. So that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen, Comfort Killers. I'm telling you, you want to learn more about the Comfort Killers, head over to thecomfortkillers.com right now. If you want that free video series that I have, just jump over to the Comfort Killers. It's called, you know, get your life tuned up, like bringing your car into, to get an oil change. That's all I do is tune up your psyche, tune up your mentality, tune up your mindset, get you re-engaged in this personal growth process, okay? Don't stray away too far. I am Stacey A. Cross, and there is no E in it. Also, before I leave here, the book is available on Amazon right now, so just go check that out. The book is available on Amazon right now. It's called The Comfort Killers. Just type that in. It should pop up. Your Journey to Success, how to change your life using tools you already have. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. 17 minutes in, and I'm out. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.